Hi everyone, I'm Victoria with Precipice, and if you've watched my first few videos, you'll know that my channel was previously called Wild Heart. And I changed it because I feel like we are at the precipice of enormous change in our lives, globally and in consciousness. So anyway, I'm here to hopefully build a community where we can work together towards a better way of living in this world. That is my hope. Um, I am I'm doing this video because I had a great gift given to me yesterday. And so towards the end of this video today, I will share that with you. But I want to start out by saying that I had a card, just a note, um, that before I started yesterday that said divine timing. And that's because I feel like something like this takes a while to get started, and I know that it's probably going to be a while before I even have more than I think maybe I have 14 subscribers now or something, which is wonderful. But it'll take a while, and I have felt that towards the end of February, things are going to take off for me. And so I just wanted to put that out there that I had that card. The other thing that I had written down was that I want to honor my ancestors and my loved ones who have passed, and the angels that are always with me, and my loved ones that are still with us. We're all together on this planet. And I just want to honor uh, everyone that I can by doing these videos. So, and by just getting the spiritual message out into the collective. So I have been asked to give a little bit of background and on my spiritual path and what I believe in. And of course, I want you all to get to know me. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail today because I really do want to share with you the gift that occurred yesterday. So mostly, I guess the important thing is to start with, as a child, I've always had spiritual experiences, and I'll go into more detail, of course, in future videos with some of those experiences. At the age of 10, I rejected the church that I was going to. I got really angry at the message that was being given to us. It was a message of exclusivity, and basically that people who had not heard of Jesus Christ would go to hell. And that did not work for me at all. And some people I've talked to about that over the years have said, oh, surely they didn't teach that. And I said, oh, surely they did. And they surely do in some churches. Now, a lot of Christianity does not teach that, and that's wonderful. So it was the church I went to, and possibly even just a Sunday school teacher was quite adamant about those things. Anyway, it was a big turning point in my life, and I continued to seek. I did not reject Christianity at all. I kept seeking, and I went to churches through junior high and high school. At the same time, I was developing addictions, which I will also talk about later. But regardless, I really tried to uh, just keep searching, and I knew there was more. I knew there was more to life than what I had started out with in life, which was quite a violent and abusive childhood. So when I was 17, I had an amazing spiritual experience that I can't describe in words. Just know that I will try to talk about that again sometime. It was what I call a partial awakening, and it helped me understand what is true, and that we are all connected, and we are all in this beautiful I don't have a word for it, but just a beautiful, peaceful place together. And what I experienced was immense peace. So it was an emptiness and it was a fullness all at the same time. And that occurred when I was at a turning point in my life. I was going to college. My boyfriend had just broken up with me, which now I'm really thankful for. But at the time, I was really upset, and just a lot of things, and had been through a whole lot of trauma. up to that point in my life. So it's a real turning point, and it didn't set me on the path of righteousness or anything like that. I'm just saying I was in Boulder, Colorado through the 70s, and basically um, sex, drugs, and rock and roll and all that good stuff. At the same time, though, of course, I was still growing spiritually, still having experiences, knowing that this was my path in life. And I knew that someday I would be some sort of spiritual mentor. Um, so um, I was asked to be the chaplain at where I lived in college, and I thought that was interesting since I was quite the party girl. But somebody saw something in me, I guess. So anyway, in addition to being a spiritual seeker, I've always been a nature lover. I've honestly, nature, being with animals, that was always my safe place. And so then when I got into a church where we were exploring different, when I was in my late 20s, I started going to Unity Church, and there were, um, we just explored different ideas. I guess it was at the time probably a lot of New Age, what would be considered New Age stuff, but which is actually ancient teachings that have resurfaced, right? A lot of that. And I started studying A Course in Miracles, which has been so transformative in my life over the past several decades. I can't even tell you how much that has done for me. So between the Unity Church, which I'm forever grateful for, it was a wonderful period in my life to be involved there, and A Course in Miracles and many other spiritual teachings, doing uh, journeying with my shamanic friends, and just all different kinds of interests, led me to a place of understanding that one specific religion was never going to work for me. And I take what I can from the core teachings from basically all religions, and all religions are a path to God. Everyone has their unique path. And so mine, I guess, is partly my mercurial brain too. I'm just kind of all over the place, and I like to study different things and get into things in a really deep way once I've discovered them. So I've never done anything traditional as far as ministry. Those paths were closed off to me. It was interest in the universe. At every turn there said, no, that's not going to be your thing in this lifetime. So I started doing officiating weddings, life celebrations. Life celebrations are one of my, uh, well, just it's a sacred thing for me to do, to help someone through the passage from this physical plane, and to help the family through that, and to honor them at their celebration. I love doing celebrations of any kind, new babies, new homes, or doing a blessing on a home. So I've done, and life coaching from a spiritual perspective. I've done a lot of that kind of thing, but it's never been in a public way. It's just been word of mouth, and people hearing about me. So because the world is in chaos, and because this is my life calling to be in some sort of spiritual mentoring capacity, I just thought, what better way than to start doing this on social media, where I can hopefully reach more people. So here I am, and I've had, of course, a lot of support from my family and friends. Of course, that's been wonderful. And also just looking for, I guess, I just needed a knowing that I'm on the right path. I just wanted a signal from the universe that I'm on the right path doing this. And so that's what I received yesterday. And I'll just, before I share that clip, I'll let you know that in the clip I'm talking about pantheism. And so that's basically the closest thing I could say about my spiritual beliefs, is that pantheism is about understanding, knowing that God is everything. Everything is connected. The earth, everything on the earth, the cosmos. I believe that there are nature elementals, beings among us in this dimension who help us all the time. I believe that there are angels who are with us all the time. There are our loved ones who have passed. I'm in communication with my loved ones all the time, whether they're here physically or not. So to me, God is in everything, everywhere. So that's what you'll hear a little bit about in this clip. So what I feel is that the universe brought a signal to let me know I'm on the right path. I'm here to basically, what I feel is help us around a bend right now. That's a major shift in consciousness. And we have got to change if we're going to save our species, save all the other species on the planet, and go forward in peace on this planet. We can't keep doing it the way we've been doing it. So anyway, that's it. That's a little bit of you know, introduction of me. And I'm just so excited to get to know people who join here. And by the way, subscribing's free. Oh, so please like and subscribe. You know the drill. And comment. Please comment and share if you so desire, if you're moved to do that. I would really appreciate it, because you all know what happens to videos that, they just get buried in that algorithmic muck if people aren't responding and doing all that stuff. So thank you. I appreciate it. I love that you're with me today. And so in the next segment, I will share the clip and the gift that I was given from the universe yesterday. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope I see you again really soon. He said, well, would you consider yourself to be pantheistic? And I'll be honest, I had to look it up. And I thought, yeah, that if I was going to determine a phrase, a term for myself, I would, I guess that's what I would choose. I'm going to invite my dog up here right now to say, come on up, come up and say hello. I don't know if yeah, okay. All right. So for some reason, he seems a little nervous today. And so here we are. Maybe because I'm doing this.